he need to go to the hospital because he's having trouble breathing?
Even during the busiest time of day, MetroSafe has only about 10 people
We're going to have someone come and check you out.
waiting to take emergency calls for all of Louisville.
We'll have sometimes 911 calls holding because so many people call on one instance.
Which is why MetroSafe spokeswoman Jody Johnson says when operators hear this voice on the line,
Do you need the information from me first?
it's so frustrating.
Okay, what information would you like to give me?
I need to report an assault.
That voice on the other end belongs to Connie Marshall. If the name sounds familiar, it's because she was a 2010 candidate for Metro Mayor. She's also the most frequent caller to Louisville's 911.
Last year alone, I've got some statistics. She called 684 times.
Some days, Johnson says Marshall will call 10, 12, 14, up to 19 times in one day.
The duration of all the calls together was about 29 hours.
And if that sounds excessive, it seems to be getting worse. These are all the calls that Marshall has made to 911 this year. 630 so far through the beginning of this month. And that's only from one number. MetroSafe now says Marshall is calling from a second phone number.
And in one day, actually last week, she called 27 times in one day.
This call, sources tell me, is pretty typical of her complaints.
And I am reporting an assault that's been going on all morning. And again, I do not want an ambulance at my home. I do not want a police officer at my home.
And she didn't need anything. She just wanted us to be recording information on the telephone.
As you listen to the call, it becomes pretty clear there's something else going on.
I am the lady that's being assaulted by directed energy weapons. And with the Louisville Metro Police Department are committing the crimes.
But at MetroSafe, they're frustrated. Marshall is not the only person who calls 911 who doesn't need a response.
Sometimes we do have prank calls, and unfortunately adults do prank call as well, and they call and say, hey, there's a fire at this location.
But MetroSafe officials tell me Marshall is clearly the worst abuser. She's been calling for 3 years, and it's escalating, tying up the line for people who have more pressing emergencies.
I feel for the people. Yes, they should get through, but I should not be ignored when I'm being burned, when I'm being raped, when my heart's being attacked, when I'm being made to fall down in my home, when all those things are going on, then no, I should not be ignored.
I confronted Marshall about why she calls so frequently.
Matter of fact, it's well over 600 times. It could be close to 900 to 1,000. And that shows how many, you can look at it on the other side of the coin, that's how many assaults I have endured.
MetroSafe Director Doug Hamilton sent Marshall this notice late last month that she could face penalties if her calls continue. And if she doesn't need police, fire, or EMS, the operators will now hang up.